So now, for example, in line 60, if I want to actually output the value of the first number variable to the console, let's see what happens. System.out.println, and then inside the parentheses, I just need to refer to the name of my variable. Okay, let me actually put a text here. This is the value of my first number variable after incrementing its value. Okay, so I just need to refer to the name of my variable first number. Okay, and then at the end of my statement I need to put in a semicolon. Okay, now if I run my project, as you can see, let me actually make this area wider in order to show you what's going on here. As you can see, it's gonna actually output this value to the console. Okay, this is the value of my first number variable after incrementing its value. So this value is 51. Okay, so as you can see here, in line 58, I actually incremented the value of my first number variable by 1. Okay, but because I used the postfix operator, as you can see here, I put the increment operator after the variable name. Okay, this is called the postfix operator. Okay, because I put the increment operator after the variable name. Okay, because I put the postfix operator on my variable name here, okay, it's gonna actually assign only the value of this variable to my second variable. Okay, and then it's gonna increment its value by 1. Okay, so let me actually explain once again. Because I used the postfix operator on my variable name, okay, it's gonna actually assign the value of this first number variable to my second number variable, and then it's gonna add 1 value to my variable. Okay, so in this line of code here, as you can see, it's gonna actually output the value of this first number variable after incrementing 1 value to my first number variable. In the console, the value of my first variable is 50. Okay, the value of my second variable is 50. Why? Because of this postfix operator here. Okay, I used the postfix operator on my first number variable. Because of this, first it's gonna actually assign the value of my first number variable to the second number variable. After that, it's gonna actually increment the value of this first number variable by 1. Okay, because of this postfix operator. Okay, but there is a different story about prefix operators. Okay, so now let me actually show you in the console that this is the value of my third variable. Okay, 52. The value of my first variable is 50. Okay, the value of my second variable is 50. This value here, as you can see, is the result of execution of this line of code here in line 60. Okay, here I decided to output the value of my first number variable to the console after incrementing its value by 1. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, I used the postfix operator here. Okay, but in line 61, I assigned another value to my third number variable. I decided to use the prefix operator on my variable name. Okay, as you can see, first number. And in line 62, I decided to output the value of my third number variable to the console. So as you can see, the value of my third number variable is 52. So let me actually show you what's going on here. Okay, here in line 52, I declared my first number variable. Okay, I didn't assign any value to my variable, as you can see here. Here in line 53, I declared my second number variable. And here in line 54, I declared my third number variable, but I didn't assign any value to my variable here. Okay, here in line 56, as you can see here, I assigned a value to my first number variable, which is number 50. Okay, here in line 57, I decided to output the value of this first number variable to the console. So as you can see here, the value of my first number variable is this 50. This value here is the result of execution of this line of code here, okay? And here in this line of code, I am telling the computer to output the value of my first number variable to the console, okay? As you can see here, 50. And here in line 58, I decided to actually assign a value to my second number variable, okay? So I just refer to the name of my second number variable, and then I put an assignment operator. And here I actually decided to assign a value to my second number variable. So I just wanted to actually refer to the name of my first number variable in order to read its value, okay? I used this postfix operator here on my variable name here, okay? So as you can see in the console, the value of my second number variable, as you can see here, is 50, okay? In line 60 here, as you can see, I decided to output the value of my first number variable to the console. This value is outputted to the console, okay? This is the value of my first number variable after incrementing its value. As you can see, its value is 51, okay? Because of this expression here, first number plus plus, okay? And in line 61, I decided to assign a value to my third number variable, okay? And here I used the prefix operator on my first number variable, as you can see here, okay? So in line 62, I decided to output the value of this third number variable to the console. So as you can see here, the value of this third number variable is 52, okay? Why? Because I used the prefix operator here, okay? When using prefix operators on a variable in an expression, the variable is incremented or decremented before its value is evaluated in that expression, okay? In this line of code here, as you can see, I used the prefix operator here, okay? So the value of the first number variable is going to be incremented first, and then it's going to be assigned to the third number variable, okay? Because I used the plus plus operator before my variable name. I used this prefix operator on my variable name, okay? So let me actually tell you once again. When using prefix operators on a variable in an expression, the variable is incremented or decremented before its value is evaluated in that expression, okay? So the value of this variable, as you can see, first number variable, is incremented before it is going to be assigned to my third number variable. So as you can see in the console, the value of my third variable is 52. Why? Because I used this prefix operator on my variable name, and when you use prefix operators on your variable names, the variable is going to be incremented or decremented before its value is evaluated in that expression, okay? So because I use this prefix operator on my variable name, so first the value of my variable is going to be incremented after actually incrementing the value of my variable here. And after that, after actually incrementing the value of my variable here, it's going to be assigned to the third number variable here, okay? And in line 62, I decided to output this value to the console, okay? So now let me actually show you another example.